Hi, this is Alison Burke from Count On Me Accountants with another short video that's attempting to explain everyday accountancy terms that you may have heard and may wondered what they actually mean. So as always, this is a very simple introduction. This is not an attempt by any means to cover a subject entirely, because frankly this subject is a very big one, and that is, what is a balance sheet? Now, you will have heard, if you're in business, accountants refer to balance sheets. It's an important part of the all the accounts that are put together for any business, really, large or small. Not every business needs a balance sheet. For example, a small sole trader may not feel that they need one. Certainly every limited company should have one, probably most partnerships as well. Depends on the size of the organisation. So what do we mean by a balance sheet? Just once again, a note of caution, this is a big subject and I'm not intending tonight to cover all of it by any means. It's just to give you some idea about what it includes and what it all means. Essentially, a balance sheet tells others who are interested the state of an organisational financial affairs at a moment in time. That's an important point. It's usually on the last day of the financial year for any organisation, and that could be different dates, and it's usually a kind of what you could think of as a snapshot of the state of affairs that a business is in at any given time. And it includes notes of any assets, any liabilities, and I'm just going to talk a little bit more about what they are. So an asset, you know what the word asset means in everyday language. So in terms of a business, we split assets between fixed assets and current assets. Fixed, it could be land, buildings, it could be equipment, cars, it could be plant and machinery if it's a manufacturing concern, but it's fixed. It doesn't come and go. Think of it like that. Whereas a current asset does come and go. So for example, that might be the amount of money that's in the bank or in the petty cash tin. It would also include money that is owed to the organisation. So for example, customers who've had goods or services and have not yet paid for them. So they would be current assets. An asset is a good thing to have. Fixed assets and current assets are the business's assets, and they're a positive thing if you want to think of it in those terms. Then we talk about liabilities. Well, again, the word we use in everyday language. A liability is something that you're simply liable for. So this is money that is owed by the organisation. So that would be creditors. For example, you might have trade accounts. You might have bought items on trade accounts. It might include bank loans or money that investors have put into the business, or it could include really any kind of loan. Essentially think of it as something that will one day need to be paid back. We usually split liabilities between those that we expect to pay back within 1 year and those that we expect to pay back after a year, is normally how we split them on a balance sheet. But a liability is something that the business or the organisation is liable for. Therefore, if we're thinking of assets as being a positive thing, a liability is a negative thing, but not always negative. Yes, not always negative. So a balance sheet essentially is all the assets added up, all the liabilities laddered up, you take one from the other, and you get the state of an organisation's health, financial health at any given point. Now that is a massive oversimplification of a complicated subject. So let me once again say this is only intended to be an introduction to people who are new to this and want to know a little bit more. There's a great deal more that needs to be explained, and for big companies these can end up being very complicated financial statements. So that's what a balance sheet is, simply put. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd look forward to hearing from you if there are any more subjects that you'd like me to cover. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment and like this video. That would be a big help to Count On Me. As always, free consultations. Maybe you just want to talk about something for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a balance sheet. It can be any subject you like. Phone, we don't charge for consultations at all. And there's the phone number, 07921 844 631. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.